Hello Zaniacs, welcome back to Zaniactv. I'm your host Zane, and today we're going to be doing week 22 affixes of Tyrannical, Bursting, Explosives, and Prideful. If anyone has any questions, I do stream live on Twitch 4 days a week. I also offer Mythic Plus analytics and coaching through Patreon. If it seems like stuff is dying a lot faster and you're dying a lot less, well, it's because it is. It's Tyrannical week and no longer fortified. That means bosses are way harder and trash is way easier. Focus on doing boss mechanics so you're able to down the boss. Bursting. Every time a trash enemy dies, it puts a stacking debuff hacking away at your health. It is dispellable. However, the more you pull, the more that stacking debuff goes, and eventually it'll be out of control. So you don't really want to pull big if everyone's just going to AoE everything and kill it at the same time. Like I said, it is dispellable, so having a priest or a Mistweaver monk will be able to mass cleanse it off and have no problem with it. Still, be kind to your healer and make sure the debuff falls off before refreshing the debuff. Since it is Tyrannical week, trash enemies die much faster, so that just means more bursting gets spread around. It's very difficult to heal through. It's not as bad as it was in previous expansions where it actually was hacking away at 1% of your health, and now scales with the level of the dungeon. However, bursting is still not really all that much of a joke. So just be sure to kill enemies separately and not all at once, because not boom, 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 and group wipe. And then, of course, everyone's favorite affix, explosives. Explosives here, explosives there, explosive everywhere. Make sure there's nobody in your group that are explosives rights activists, because every single person is responsible for killing explosives. If you do not kill explosives, they do mass amounts of AoE damage to your whole party. Now, what are explosives? Explosives spawn next to any targetable mob. That includes a boss. And it has a timer, and eventually they go off and explode the group. All 36 specs and all roles are responsible for killing explosives. Yes, that means you too. You're responsible for it too. Everybody has to do it. People will argue that it's a tank mechanic, that it's a healer mechanic, and DPS can ignore it. No. Can't be a tank mechanic because all throughout this expansion, we were supposed to kite, and it wasn't until recently where they got rid of that. So if I'm far away, how am I supposed to get the explosives? I get as many as I can, but I can't get all of them. It has to be a group effort. There are some that are just far away with all the casters. Everybody needs to get them. You have to get explosives. The worst part about this week is that it's simultaneously bursting and explosives. That means not one, but two affixes are consistent, massive AoE damage. Bursting every time somebody dies, everybody takes damage. Explosives, if they go off, everyone takes damage. This is going to be a very rough week for healing. It took me 3 attempts to get a completed dungeon this week because bursting and explosives together are a very healing intensive week. Do everything you can to help your healer. This is going to be a very rough week for them. Other affixes other week have single target damage or avoidable damage or have to kite extra or don't stand in things. But this week has not one, but 2 overwhelming area of effect damages that we have to prevent and avoid. Do not tunnel vision and just focus down on DPS or tanking or survivability. You have to get the explosives and you have to stagger bursting. Explosives are the absolute #1 most important thing that you have to deal with, even more than regular boss mechanics. That doesn't mean you could ignore boss mechanics. That just means explosives have to come first. it is possible to line of sight explosives. It's better to just kill them and get rid of them, but there are times where it's more convenient to be able to line of sight them. So how does all this affect Prideful? Well, sometimes when you kill Prideful, there are still trash enemies up. When they die, everybody receives a bursting stack, which means that is extra damage that you have to face while fighting Prideful. In addition, Prideful does not spawn explosives, but if there are enemies up while Prideful is up, they can spawn explosives, and it could possibly cause an A group-wide wipe. Alright, let's get this routing started, shall we? Let's start off with the other side. Alright, so this is a big pack here. Definitely want to stagger it here for bursting, and then random explosives. Make sure you guys get the explosives. I can't say that enough. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next pack here. Same thing. Lots of bursting, lots of explosives. Be very careful here. You're going to want to stagger, kill the big guy first, interrupt everything, and kill the explosives. Alright, so then we're going to go this way, grab this guy here. Pull this pack first. You're going to get a Prideful for this pack. Then you're going to come back this way. Through here, you're going to get Prideful here, and then the boss. Make sure you get all the explosives from the extra adds and everything. Don't miss any explosives. Alright, so then we're going to come back down this way. Through here, these all spawn explosives. These all spawn explosives. These all spawn explosives. Explosives everywhere. Definitely stagger the bursting as well. And then you're going to get Prideful for the boss. Get the explosives. Alright, come back out this way. Grab this guy here. I would pull everything together anyway and earn it, even with bursting. Just stagger them down and get the explosives. I feel like a broken record right now. Alright, heading over to Ardenweald. Still going to pull this together. Hopefully your group will stagger kill everything. Pull this together. Hopefully they'll stagger kill everything. Do not pull this. Grab this. It's going to pat around. Grab it while it's patting. You're going to get Prideful. Pull all this together. Earn, stagger, kill. Grab these here. Go back this way. What I do is I grab this and I go backwards and grab this and come back this way. Pull this. I have these linked together, but this pats, so if this is up here, pull these together. If this is back here, pull this and then these together. Grab this, Prideful, get the explosives. And then when you go to back here, the boss is Tyrannical. It's going to last a little longer. Tanks is going to hit harder. Just be prepared for that. Alright. Halls of Atonement. I have two routes. If you have a Venthyr and a no Venthyr. So let's start off with Venthyr. Grab this. Lust here. Some groups will do a triple pull. Grab this as well. But it is both explosives and bursting. So be mindful of your healer. Grab these. I would wait to grab this until it comes over here, but sometimes it pulls, so the Venthyr will grab it. Grab this. Get these two. Prideful. Pull all of this. All these guys too. I know there's going to be a lot of bursting, but you do want to pull these together because you're not going to want to pull these separate. It's a waste of time. Come back this way. Grab these. Jump down here. Grab these together. You're going to get Prideful for this pack. Walk back this way. Come up. Grab this. Grab this. And then you have Prideful for the boss. Do not lust here. You're going to want to grab both of these packs if you have a Venthyr. If you do not have a Venthyr, you're going to grab this, right? This is going to come with it. Still going to grab both of these. Grab this and then come up. If you do have a Venthyr, you're going to need an extra one and pull both of these. But be mindful of bursting as well. This boss with explosives, all of the adds will spawn explosives. Kill the adds, do the boss mechanics, use Lust here. This is going to be a very dangerous boss on Tyrannical. Alright, then of course, stagger the explosives, bursting here, but there's 5 of them. So it'll be a lot more manageable. Same thing here, pull these guys back. This boss is very easy, even on Tyrannical. And here, all of these spawn explosives. All of them. So you're going to want to clear these out as quickly as possible in sections. Do the front first and the back second. Even though this is Tyrannical, so this is not going to be a buff boss, but these will all spawn explosives. All of them. And then the last boss, be careful of explosives and do mechanics. Alright, in Mist of Trina Scithe, it's the same old, same old. Make sure you get a Night Fae. Go this way. Grabbing both of these is not dangerous because there's it's only 5. Although you do have a 50% damage increase debuff. It's a curse. Make sure you get the explosives here and manage them as best as possible. Then get the explosives here. There are multiple ways of skipping this pack. You can do a Warlock Portal, Shroud, Mind Soothe, Paralysis, and Ring of Peace, Imprison, or Sap. Get these, then the boss. Make sure you get explosives along with doing all of the mechanics. Alright, then of course the maze. There's nothing really you can do about it. You have 5, 4, 2, there's 1. It varies based on the route. This boss is deceptively difficult on Tyrannical, Explosive. Why? Well, each of the 4 things has a chance of spawning an explosive. So make sure you have a ranged DPS that's able to get the far ones. Because if you're all focusing this one, and an explosive is over here, oh, you're going to have to get it. So make sure you do that. Then you jump down. Now, based on percentages, different things are going to happen. If you get to 57 point something percent, I forget exactly what it is, this is going to spawn a Prideful for these. Now, if you have 63%, you're going to want to stealth pass both of these. If you have 57%, you're only going to want to stealth pass this one. You'll get Prideful here for the boss. This is a Tyrannical boss with explosions. While there are no adds, the tank will very easily be able to get the explosions because they'll spawn right next to them. But if the adds come out and there's explosions everywhere, make sure you get all of the explosions and do all the mechanics on this boss. If you wipe, well, you'll still get Prideful, which is why we do the 80%. Just go through until you get 100%. Then turn around and go back and do the boss again. If you one-shot it, great. That's the goal. Just turn around, backtrack, and you'll skip a Prideful. Alright, Plaguefall. Plaguefall, I'm doing the same route as I always do. Just be mindful of all of the explosions and bursting, which means you're going to plow through this. Right, being careful of bursting, You're going to get Prideful here. Do not pull all this at once. The way Mythic Dungeon Tools is that this is all a big click. Don't pull all of these at once. Bursting will become way too high, and there will be way too many explosions. You are going to want to pull one and only one of these. Just one. They pat out, right? They're going to pat out. You want to grab them as they're patting out. Only one of the two. Then we're going to come down this way. Careful of bursting here and explosions. But you're going to want to pull these packs here. Backtrack. Kill this. Then do the boss. The boss with the adds will spawn explosives. Make sure you get the explosives and then adds. Alright, so then mount across this way. Grab this, grab this, grab this, and then this, and then this. If you accidentally pull this, which has happened to me numerous times, don't worry, there is a fix for it. The normal way, if you don't pull that extra tentacle, you go from the orange route, here, here to here. If you do accidentally pull it, go the blue route, here, here, and then here. Get Prideful for the boss, get the explosions, get the goos, do all the mechanics. Alright, so moving right along. Grab this, then this. If you accidentally pulled an extra tentacle, you do not need to pull this tentacle. Come through this way. Mind your bursting. You don't want to pull this pack with bursting. Grab these two. Grab these. This is going to get you a 4 stack of bursting. After doing the second pack, so it doesn't matter which one you do first. After doing the second pack, after getting 2 of them down, you're going to get Prideful, so you're going to want to kill the last 2 together. Alright, make sure you get the explosions for this boss because there are adds that spawn and there will be explosions. This room, yes, they burst. Yes, they explode. You are going to need all 3 of these goos. If you have a Necrolord, you're going to want to wait until after you do that room. If not, it doesn't matter the order. And then on Margrave Stradama, not only do you have to dodge the tentacles, as you would in Fortified or anyway, but all of the adds do spawn explosions. You have to get them. It is possible to cause a wipe and miss them. Alright, Sanguine Depths. I'm going to go the same route as usual. If you have a Venthyr, in theory, you're going to want to pull all this together. Hopefully you have a Priest or a Mistweaver Monk that can cleanse, because this is a very big pull. It's an 8 stack of bursting. Be very careful of that. Then these 3 here. Grab these. Walk past. Don't pull this. Walk past. This is going to be a very large bursting pack, and it's going to spawn Prideful for the boss. Grab both of these. Not together, because these cause bursting. This is a pack of 5. Make sure you get the explosions. Then grab this guy, grab this pack, and then stealth or shroud past these 2. Then go into this room. You'll get Prideful. For here, you're going to want to go around this way until you get to 60% for the boss. Then backtrack till you get to 75. If you end up accidentally not skipping, or you don't want to do a skip, you need 69 to 72%. You'll get Prideful for the boss. If you do 75%, you'll get Prideful for this boss. Grab these here. Watch out for bursting. Watch out for explosions. Same thing here. Watch out for explosions. Gauntlet. This is going to be a mess. Make sure you get every single explosion. Now, if you did the 75% for the 3rd boss, you absolutely have to shroud past these 3. Shroud or Invispot. Be careful of bursting here. Be careful of explosions here. And then, of course, the boss, do the mechanics, and don't get hit with explosions. Spires of Ascension. It's a big pull. People still want to do it. It's only 7 mobs. So, just get the explosions, and you'll be fine. Stagger the bursting. Same thing here. Make sure you get the explosions. This is also a large pull. But most people are like, CC this. Well, if you do, this will be up for the Prideful. So, you still want to kill everything somewhat together. Just make sure you don't do too much bursting. This boss, both of these can spawn explosions. Make sure you get the explosions. Same thing here with these guys running around. They'll spawn explosions. Here, you could pull them all together. I'm probably going to do that anyway because it is Tyrannical. But they stagger anyway when they get killed. Just make sure you get the explosions. We've got the Prideful for here. Make sure you get explosions. Grab the spear. Here should be okay because there's only 4. This is a big pull. It's still doable. It's doable if you throw the spear here. You have good DPS. You pop cooldowns. You don't even have to throw the spear here and you'll still be fine. Just make sure you stagger the explosions and interrupt the smash. Not stagger the explosions. Stagger the bursting and interrupt the smash and get the explosions. These guys are easy. And then this pack is where you get Prideful for the boss. This boss is very difficult on Tyrannical, but a joke on Fortified, right? So what I do is that I spawn each of the orbs on the... I spawn 2 here, then do a big move over to here. Gives enough room for people to see. Then I just go around until then. Use Pride and Lust for this boss. And make sure you get the explosions. Skip these. Grab these. What I do is that I pull these 2 over here. Let this guy continue smashing. After killing these 2, I ask a range interrupt to interrupt it. And then pull him out. And then kill him out of the thing. I definitely recommend stealth pots this time so you can stealth past this and not worry about these because these will cause 6 bursting and explosions. Do the boss as you would, proper mechanics. What I do is I start from here. I kite him back this way. Then I kite him back this way every time the orbs come out. And then just add the explosions. Don't worry about bursting here. It's only 1. Make sure you tab over the explosions and then the boss. Do the mechanics. Very easy boss, even on Tyrannical. Just make sure you do the explosions. Alright, Necrotic Wake. This is definitely a mess. This is 5 here. You'll be able to manage. I would pull these separate because you don't want to get all that extra explosions or bursting. This is a 5-pack. This is a very tough pack, but it is Tyrannical, so it's not going to be as hard as last week. You'll get a Prideful. Try not to pull the pet. Boss, you're going to want to grab the hammer and the spear. Prideful, Lust, and if you have a Kyrian, you're going to have the Kyrian buff. This boss will get deleted real quick, even on Fortified. Hop up here. Probably do this in 2 pulls, but it can be done in 1. There is 7 of them. So stagger out your bursting. When these guys pat back this way, pick them up. There's only 5. Not too bad. Come over here, grab the Kyrian buff. Get these 2. Get this guy. Get this, grab the orb. Now, why is this looking like this? It's still 1 pull. The thing is that if you CC either one of these, you're going to get an early Prideful. If you kill this guy last, then Prideful is going to come out on this guy. Destroy these guys with the orb. I grab the hammer and hammer here. You don't have to. This is Tyrannical. So you could ask somebody to hold the hammer and spear and use it later. Come across this way, grab these, get the Kyrian buff, come this way. Prideful, watch for bursting here. This is 1 pull. Definitely watch out for bursting. Pull these guys. You pick up the hammer and the spear and hold it till the end. Grab this guy, watch out for bursting. Do the boss. If you saved the hammer from here, ask the other person who picked up the hammer and spear to use it here, and you save yours. Up here, careful of all the big pulls. These are gonna, I pull this first, these pat into me, watch out for the bursting. Grab this, watch out for the bursting. You are gonna get Prideful. Now, if it wasn't bursting, I'd pull these 2 together, but because of bursting, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, you still could. If you have the orb from before, you can just delete them real quick, and if you have a priest or a monk, you could still do that. Then grab this, the pat here, this and this. Do not lust. Do not spear. Do not hammer. Just do the mechanics of this. He's going to hop up twice. You're not going to one-shot it on a higher key. Just do the mechanics, save everything. Because this boss is way harder and way longer. Do the spear, your hammer, your bloodlust, and then, well, not your bloodlust, and then you'll get this boss down. And then, last but not least, Theater of Pain. I still stealth past these. Grab this guy. He's gonna do a single burst. Make sure you get the explosions. Get the explosions here. There's 3 bosses and an add, so that means there are 4 chances of bursting. Come down here. You could still be brave and do this in 1 pull. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. There's 8 of them. So if you have a priest or a Mistweaver monk, you can pop a cooldown for that to get rid of the 8 bursting, or just stagger the kills and make sure you get the explosions. Come back this way. Come this way. Be careful of the bursting and explosions on these packs. Here you're going to get Prideful for this guy. Save your cooldowns for here. This is also going to burst. These are going to burst with lots of explosions. I would lust this boss. He's long, he's annoying, and he's hard on the tank. Come back this way. Go up this way. Ignore all the ghosts. Skip all the ghosts. If you pull a ghost early, it's not the end of the world. You're just going to get an early Pride. But I'll show you what'll happen. So the ideal thing is to skip the ghosts. Grab this. Go right. CC this. Kill these 2. Kill this. Go left. Don't worry too much about bursting. There's not enough trash here. Just make sure you get the explosions. Now, if you accidentally pulled an extra ghost, even 1, you're going to get a Pride after killing 2 of these. And then you'll have 1 up. Don't worry too much about bursting here. Just make sure you get the explosions. Then you'll go to this boss. If Lust is up, use it here. It's not always up. It depends on if you guys wipe here, because it's a very long walk back. If somebody gets knocked off. You will have Prideful for this boss. Be careful of explosions. Do the mechanics. Right here, not very much worrying about explosion. Not explosions. Always worry about explosions. Not really worried about bursting until you get to here, because this is a very big pack. Make sure you get the explosions, bursting. However, you're gonna have Prideful here, so you're good. Grab this. No Prideful, no Lust. Just do the boss. He's very easy. Do the mechanics. Do the gladiator part real quick, and then come up here. Grab these 3. Prideful for the boss, Lust for the boss, and you have Theater of Pain complete.
Alright guys, you've got this. I believe in you. You're gonna kill it.
And she doesn't just mean explosives. We both think with good focus and hard dedication, you'll be able to time your keys. Good luck. You got this. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments below. What do you guys think of these affixes?